Donald Trump's global trade war is starting to ripple through almost every major industry. On Wednesday, that pressure showed up again, especially on the U.S. stock market, which has already seen weeks of wild swings caused by his unpredictable trade policies. Stocks dropped across the board. Technology companies were hit the hardest. Big names like Nvidia warned that global supply chain issues were hurting their profits. At the same time, airlines said they were bracing for a tough summer travel season. And the head of the Federal Reserve noted that the economy is slowing down. He also warned that tariffs could make it even harder to bring inflation under control. President Trump says many countries are eager to make new trade deals with the United States. But progress has been slow and uncertain. Later on Wednesday, Trump was expected to speak directly with Japanese officials about tariffs. Even though the extreme market swings from 2 weeks ago have calmed down, business leaders say they are still holding off on spending because of the uncertainty. The United States and China are still locked in a full-scale trade war. And talks with other partners, including the European Union, Canada, and others, remain unclear. What was true yesterday is no longer true today. What will be tomorrow, I do not know, said Jean-Christophe Babin. He's the CEO of Bulgari, a luxury jewelry brand based in Rome. Technology companies led the market turmoil on Wednesday. Nvidia, a leading maker of artificial intelligence chips, said new export restrictions could cost it $5.5 billion. ASML, the world's largest supplier of equipment for making computer chips, said tariffs had created serious uncertainty for both the year 2025 and 2026. Industry experts told lawmakers that other U.S. chip equipment makers might lose about $1 billion a year because of the new tariffs. By the end of the day Wednesday, the overall stock market had dropped again. The Nasdaq Composite, which is heavy on tech stocks, fell 3%. Nvidia led the losses, dropping 7%. And Advanced Micro Devices said it expects an $800 million loss due to the restrictions on sales to China. Even companies that usually sound confident are starting to hold back. United Airlines kept its profit outlook for the year 2025, but did something unusual. It offered 2 different scenarios for the year ahead. The airline said the larger economic picture is simply impossible to predict right now. Japan, the country closest to finalizing a trade deal with the U.S., found itself in an unexpected situation. A meeting that was supposed to happen between Japan's economic minister and the U.S. Treasury Secretary suddenly turned into a direct meeting with President Trump on Wednesday evening. Trump said he wanted to join the conversation himself, not just to talk about trade, but also other international issues. Japan exports over 1 million cars to the U.S. every year. These are mostly affordable models. If tariffs stay in place, the price of those cars could go up by thousands of dollars. Some Japanese automakers have started looking into moving production to the United States. But that's not an easy thing to do. We need a break from the tariffs, said Christian Meunier, chairman of Nissan Americas, in an interview with Reuters. We need time to organize production here and build a supplier base in the U.S. He added that the process could take years. Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell, speaking in Chicago, said the economy is slowing down. But he also warned that inflation could rise, especially if companies start passing the cost of tariffs on to customers. American consumers are already feeling the pressure. Since mid-February, when Trump began speaking more aggressively about tariffs, consumer confidence has dropped sharply. Top banking CEOs have said that people are still spending, but signs of stress are showing. Retail sales were strong in March, mostly thanks to a big jump in auto sales, which hit their best month since 2023. But other spending areas were weaker, and service sector spending may also slow down soon. Many shoppers are rushing to buy goods now, worried that prices will go up later. Retailers are watching this trend too. Chinese discount platforms like Temu and Shein have sent messages to customers urging them to buy now at today's rates. Both companies warned they would be raising prices starting April 25. The back and forth on trade is also making it harder for companies that deal in goods and equipment. Everyone was rushing through March, said Marco Bebek, a sales manager at LB White, which makes farm equipment for pigs. His company ships products to Canada, and he said they were trying to get everything out the door before new tariffs hit.